talking some more Invincible on the channel with episode 1 of season 2. It's just really great to have this show back on. It's one of my favorite ongoing shows. And even if this is just the first episode of season 2, I think it truly sets the tone perfectly for a lot of what's to come for these 4 episodes that we're going to get all throughout November, setting up big plot points and villains going forward. Now, if you had seen my full review of season 2 of Invincible, you would know one of the things I touched upon was the fact that episode 1 just has an insane opening. I tried to warn people that it is just absolutely wild in the typical insane Invincible fashion, which, to be completely honest, caught me off guard, and I think that was the intention behind it. Considering we open up with Mark having this intense battle against the Immortal, which already raised some red flags, but then out of nowhere, Omni-Man cuts in. I mean, he literally cuts into the fight, cutting Immortal's arm off before they both brutalize him and seemingly kill him, but we do know the Immortal comes back pretty much every single time anyways. The moment that Omni-Man cut into this battle, that was when the light bulb turned on there's something afoot here that is not normal. Between this fight and then Mark making this speech to the Earth citizens that they're claiming the Earth for the Viltrum Empire, while we're witnessing all this destruction before seeing all of these resistance fighters underground, several of which that we recognize, like Eve, Robot, and this new character Angstrom, which we'll get more of later. This opening for episode 1 pretty much gives you no time to breathe, because just when it seems like we have a moment to breathe with these characters formulating plans, Omni-Man and Mark just burst in immediately and just start tearing through people pretty much. Pure horrific carnage. You know there's no way they could take down Omni-Man or Mark, so we're just watching these characters get absolutely wrecked. Robot gets cut in half. The most sadistic part is the fact that Mark snaps Eve's neck but doesn't kill her. She just lays there paralyzed while Omni-Man and Mark continue to massacre people. Extremely mortifying stuff given the fact that Mark has such a creepy, cold, sadistic demeanor, which makes it all the more jarring after we watch this intense opening to Mark now helping the people of Earth and taking out different villains in the city, which I can imagine probably confused some people, but at least they explain it by the end of the episode so you're not just confused on what exactly that opening was. I actually quite love this sequence with Mark for a lot of reasons. Firstly, I love the song choice. Karma Police by Radiohead I think is an excellent song. Besides the song choice, I think it's a great showcase of Mark's struggle adjusting to life after what his father did and the trauma that's taking its toll on him, and the city trying to move on afterwards as well. Truly do feel for Mark since he does feel responsible for everything that Omni-Man did, and the fact that he fears that he may become like his father, chooses instead to bottle up those emotions and throwing himself back into being invincible. When we get a much broader look into Angstrom after he breaks out the Mauler twins using his portals, I found them to be pretty fascinating. Even regardless of the fact that we've seen multiverse done to death in media these last few years, his plans he have in place sounds quite interesting to try and gather up so many of his variants, fixing many problems that everyone faces, which on the surface level doesn't sound inherently evil. Of course, things go awry by the conclusion of episode 1. Normally, the Guardians of the Globe are not one of my favorite things about Invincible, but I have to admit, the battle they have in episode 1 is pretty awesome. Seeing them all try and take down this giant creature that's so goofy. I mean, he's acting like a child. But you can tell by the end of this fight that they aren't really that cohesive as a team. Given that they aren't really that well trained, I certainly wasn't expecting them to appoint the Immortal as the new head of the team, which you'll see in later episodes is going to cause a little bit more friction amongst the members. The true best part of episode 1, though, in my opinion, is the climax when Mark's story and Angstrom's story finally start to collide. Because this contraption that Angstrom and the Mauler twins developed just looks downright crazy. I was pretty hyped for this battle between Invincible and the Mauler twins. As we've seen in the past, the Mauler twins are pretty formidable adversaries. You can imagine this back and forth battle was pretty intense on its own, but only just got more crazy. Angstrom teleports in a whole bunch more Mauler twin variants, which is not only cool in its own right, but I love that we get to see these different variations of the Mauler twins. Even if unfortunately all these Mauler twins just straight up just jump Mark, beating the crap out of him.
Step off! Step out! Shit! They jumping me! They jumping me! Save your boy! Die!
At this point, I'm just used to Mark being beaten to a bloody pulp at the end of every episode. Even though more than likely Angstrom has a bit of a change of heart when it comes to his philosophies, because we saw earlier on he considers himself to be a pacifist. So he, like many people, are mortified watching Mark get beaten to a bloody pulp within an inch of his life, which pretty much screws up everything because he does what he was told not to do, and that was try and take off that helmet, causing everything to explode, killing about 99% of the people in the building. Obviously, Mark survived because he is invincible after all, but I was kind of surprised to see one of our Mauler twins survive, although he is looking horrible, but objectively less horrible looking than Angstrom, who comes out of this alive, but he's some kind of monstrosity filled with tons of knowledge from the plethora of different variants, so he doesn't even really know what exactly are his memories and what are variants' memories, swearing revenge on Mark as we close out the episode. That's why I have to imagine that he's probably not a pacifist anymore, because he's swearing revenge on him. But yeah, what an awesome way to kick off season 2 of Invincible with yet another fantastic episode. I truly mean it. This is one of my favorite ongoing shows, and I'm just so happy to talk about the show with you guys a little bit more in depth on the channel. But once you've seen episode 1 of season 2 of Invincible, make sure you share your thoughts down below. What'd you think of the episode? Did you like the episode? Did you not like the episode? Share your thoughts down below, and if you have any theories where we're going to go in the next couple episodes, share those as well. Because part of the fun is have a conversation with you guys in the comment section down below. And thank you guys, as always, for videos. I always do appreciate it. Make sure you like on the video and also subscribe to the channel so they reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more. Next time, see you guys later.